We all love a good deal, right? But what if I told you that always going for the cheapest option might actually cost you more in the long run? It's tempting to grab that low-price gadget or fast fashion piece, thinking you're saving money. But let's be real. How often do those things fall apart way too quickly, leaving you buying replacements again and again? So what should we do? Well, we have to be smart in our spending. Knowing when to splurge a little on quality and when to save can actually save you more in the long run. All you have to do is to buy things that last 5 years instead of 5 months. And how can you do that? Well, that's what we are going to show you in this video. Today, we're going to break down how you can spend your money wisely in 2024. From fashion and tech to household items, we'll help you figure out where to splurge and where you can cut costs without regret. And if you're new here, welcome. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon so you don't miss out on all the valuable insights we share in our future videos. We're here to help you make smart, informed choices with your money. So let's get started with the ideas and methods you can use to strike a balance between spending and saving for a brighter future. When to splurge. Why quality wins every time. All right, now the first things we need to talk about is when to splurge. It's tempting to think saving money is always the best option, but sometimes going for the cheapest option can end up costing you way more down the road. So how do you decide when to loosen your grip on your wallet and invest a little more? It all comes down to one key factor: quality. And in context of quality, the first thing we can splurge on is clothing. We all love trendy fashion, right? But think about this. How often have you bought a cheap pair of shoes only to have them wear out in a couple of months? And then you're back to square one, spending more money on another pair. This is where it's smarter to splurge. But again, don't splurge on every piece of clothing. Only do it for high-quality, timeless pieces. Think of items like a durable winter coat, well-made shoes, or even a classic handbag. These are pieces that you'll wear for years, not just one season. And some brands even offer lifetime warranties or replacement guarantees, which means you're not just buying clothes, you're making an investment. Quality over quantity wins every time. Next, let's talk about appliances. This is another area where quality really pays off. Sure, you might be tempted by a cheaper option when you're shopping for a new fridge or washing machine, but think long term. A high-quality appliance will last much longer, and you'll save yourself the headache and cost of repairs or replacements. Cheap appliances might seem like a good deal up front, but they often break down sooner, meaning you'll end up spending more to fix or replace them. The smarter move is to spend a little extra now for something that's built to last. And here's a tip. Wait for those big holiday sales like Labor Day or Memorial Day to score the best deals on top-tier brands. You get the best of both worlds: quality and savings. And then there's food. When it comes to your health, this is where splurging can really pay off. It may be tempting for many people to go for the cheapest options at the grocery store, but investing in healthier, higher quality foods can make a huge difference. Think organic dairy, grass-fed meats, and fresh produce. These may cost a little more now, but in the long run, you're actually saving. Why? Because a healthy diet can help prevent costly health issues down the road. According to WebMD, a good diet can lower your risk of serious health conditions like heart disease, stroke, and type 2 diabetes. So, when you see quality food items like organic produce or free-range chicken on sale, don't hesitate to stock up. You're not just feeding yourself today, you're investing in your future health. In short, when you do splurge, it should feel like an investment, not a guilty pleasure. Ask yourself, will this save me time, stress, or money in the long run? That's the key to smart spending. The real power of splurging wisely is in understanding that it's not about spending more for the sake of it. It's about getting real value. And let's be honest, you deserve to get the most out of your hard-earned money, right? So think about how this applies to your life. Are there areas where you're spending too little, thinking you're saving but actually losing out? Start paying attention to the quality of the things you buy. Millionaires and financially successful people know this trick. They focus on getting value, not just cutting costs. Warren Buffett once said, "Price is what you pay, value is what you get." If you look at spending through that lens, you'll realize that making smart splurges in the right areas is just as important as knowing when to save. When to save, how to make your money work smarter, not harder. Now that we've covered when it's smart to splurge, let's move on to the next crucial step in mastering your finances in 2024, knowing when to save. Not everything in life requires you to spend top dollar, and that's where you can really get strategic with your money. Saving doesn't mean sacrificing quality. It means being mindful of when you truly need the best, and when a more affordable option will do just fine. The first thing you can save on is tech gadgets. Everyone loves shiny new technology, right? But buying the latest first-generation tech might not be the smartest move. Why? New gadgets often come with high price tags, and more often than not, glitches and bugs that haven't been worked out yet. Instead of jumping on the latest release, be a fast follower. Choose a slightly older model that's tried and tested, and you'll likely still get all the functionality you need without the hefty price. Take smartphones, for instance. Do you really need the newest model with a slightly better camera, or can you do just as much with last year's version? Chances are you won't even notice the difference in your day-to-day use, and you'll save yourself hundreds of dollars. That's money you could put towards something more valuable. Next are things that wear out quickly. No matter the brand, certain items just don't have a long lifespan. So why spend a fortune on them? For example, if you're someone who burns through shoes fast because of your daily routine, then spending extra on high-end brands might not be the best move. A cheaper option will do the job just as well and won't leave you feeling guilty when it's time to replace them. Or take men's undershirts, for instance. They get replaced every year and never see the light of day. So why pay for an expensive brand when you'll toss them after a few washes anyway? The key here is to understand what items in your life are short-term. For those things, saving makes more sense because you're going to replace them frequently, no matter how much you spend up front. Now, let's get into consumables. These are the things you use every day and buy over and over again. Think paper towels, hand soap, napkins, and other household essentials. Here's where you can save big by opting for lower cost or generic brands. The reality is, most of these items get used up so quickly that there's no real need to splurge on name brand versions. Paper towels are a perfect example. Whether you buy the premium brand or the budget option, they'll end up in the trash in a day or two. So why spend more? Switching to a generic brand for these types of consumables can add up to substantial savings over time. You're still getting what you need, but without the extra cost. Of course, this doesn't mean you can't ever choose a higher priced item for convenience or preference. The key here is mindful spending. If you're going to splurge, make sure you have a solid reason. Maybe that premium gadget will save you time or stress, or maybe that high-end food product aligns with your health goals. It's all about knowing what's important to you and making informed choices based on your lifestyle and finances. As Warren Buffett famously said, "Do not save what is left after spending, but spend what is left after saving." That's the mindset to have when deciding where to save and where to invest a little more. So ask yourself, are you spending wisely on the things that matter and saving where it makes sense? By being smart about where to cut costs, you'll have more room in your budget for the things that really matter. How to avoid the trap of too good to be true deals. Alright, now let's discuss the final and most important key aspect of smart spending in 2024, which is navigating sales, or how do you avoid falling into the sales trap? Sales are a double-edged sword. They're often marketed as the perfect opportunity to save, but if you're not careful, you can end up spending more than you ever intended. Whether it's Black Friday doorbusters or tempting online markdowns, there's a real risk of letting FOMO, fear of missing out, lead you into buying things you don't need. So, how do you avoid falling into the sales trap? The answer lies in knowing the do's and don'ts of sale shopping. Let's start with grocery store sales. We all know how easy it is to get caught up in a good deal at the grocery store. Here's where you need to be strategic. Do stock up on items that you already know you'll use regularly. If pasta, canned goods, or spices are on sale and they're staples in your kitchen, go ahead and grab a few extras. You'll be saving money in the long run. But here's the don't. Don't let a sale on an unfamiliar product trick you into buying it, just because it's buy one, get one free. If it's something your family has never tried before or likely won't even eat, it'll just end up as wasted money. A deal isn't a deal if it ends up in the trash. Next, let's move on to retail sales. You've probably been eyeing that new pair of shoes or a winter coat for a while, right? Well, sales are a great time to pull the trigger on those items you've been planning to buy anyway. Do take advantage of sales to buy those items you've already considered, especially if you know they'll get plenty of use. But here's the don't. Don't buy clothes just because they're cheap if they don't fit or aren't really your style. It's tempting to grab something at a bargain price, but if it sits in your closet unworn, it's money down the drain. Stick to what you know works for you, and don't let the price tag decide what ends up in your wardrobe. And then we come to online sales. It's no secret that online retailers are pros at making you feel like you're getting a steal. But here's a crucial tip. Don't impulse buy. It's so easy to get swept up in the convenience and instant gratification of online shopping, but you need to pause and think before hitting that add to cart button. Do verify that you're actually getting a good deal. Retailers often inflate prices and then slash them to make it look like you're saving big. Before you order, take a moment to research the product and compare prices from different sellers. That extra step can save you from being tricked into spending more than you should. So, how do you manage all this? The secret is balance. Millionaires know this better than anyone. They don't fall for sales traps, and they make mindful decisions with their money. As Warren Buffett wisely put it, the stock market is designed to transfer money from the active to the patient. In the same way, smart spending isn't about jumping on every flashy deal. It's about understanding when quality and usefulness justify spending more, and when saving makes more sense for your budget. If you master this, you'll find yourself avoiding unnecessary impulse buys and putting your money to better use. Final thought. To sum up the whole discussion, smart spending in 2024 is all about balance, knowing when to invest in quality and when it's okay to save without sacrificing value. Whether it's making strategic splurges on clothing, appliances, or food, or cutting costs on tech, consumables, or sales shopping, the goal is to make your money work for you, not the other way around. Remember, the key to financial success isn't about never spending. It's about spending wisely. If you can build these habits, you'll find yourself saving more, stressing less, and getting the most out of every dollar. And if you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with anyone else who could use a little spending wisdom. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss our future videos. We've got plenty more tips, tricks, and insights on how to manage your money for a brighter financial future. Thanks for watching and see you next time.